What celebrity is on the cusp of too much plastic surgery? I don't know if this is a hot take, but Ariana Grande. Maybe it's because of the blonde hair, but she literally has a new face every 3 years. She recently said in a Vogue video that she stopped plastic surgery in 2018, but it's so obvious she's continued to have more work done, and at this point, she's very close to the edge. I think the fox eye plus buccal fat removal really pushed her into botched territory. Madonna is going to turn into her own species if she doesn't stop. Miley Cyrus is very close to going overboard, if not already there. Her buccal fat removal made her face look very gaunt and sickly. She also needs to get more natural veneers. It looks like she's having a hard time closing her mouth. Edit: the change in her vocals was due to a necessary vocal cord surgery. She had Reinke's edema. I really like the change, but it's not for everyone. Megan Fox was certainly more like untouchable beauty with work done in her prime, but she still was a natural beauty, and now she has gone too far with the fillers and looks like every LA Insta model, which is a shame. Whatever Jennifer Lawrence has done looks good, but if she keeps tweaking, she'll cross the Rubicon. Chrissy Teigen was on the cusp years ago. Her face looks buoyant to the point where there'd be no need for a life raft if she were out at sea. Almost all of them. Bravo to Frances McDormand, Jodie Foster, and Annette Bening for not giving in and becoming plastic. This conversation is definitely sad and concerning. The pressure to maintain a certain image in the entertainment industry seems to be driving even more celebrities to undergo excessive plastic surgery, often leading to botched results. It's really disheartening to see so many talented individuals feeling the need to alter their appearance to fit into an unrealistic standard of beauty. It's also worrying that these celebrities may not be receiving the support and guidance they need to make healthy choices for themselves. What's even more alarming is the impact that this trend may have on younger generations. The constant exposure to these altered faces on social media and in the news can create unrealistic expectations and standards for beauty, leading to a rise in insecurity and body dysmorphia. How do you think the entertainment industry can shift its focus towards celebrating natural beauty and promoting healthy body image? What steps can be taken to reduce the pressure for celebrities to undergo extreme plastic surgery? Let me know in the comments down below, and let's move right into our next Reddit post. What product has actually gotten better over the years? Shoelaces. When I was a kid, they broke if you pulled on them too hard, and then you had to knot them up and tie them short. As an adult, I don't think I've ever had a pair break on me. That's something I've never thought about. But you're right. I'm 35, and I don't remember the last time my shoelaces broke. Cancer research. My mom was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer 2 years ago. We were looking at months. A year of chemo and radiation, and she got into a clinical trial with immunotherapy. Cancer-free last year. Amazing. Non-alcoholic drinks, in particular beer and cider. Wine is still getting there, I think, but even just the amount of choice is amazing compared to what there used to be. All PC components. They're way easier to install and generally last longer. And the software and BIOS firmware that ensure they're compatible. And tweaking, at least at a high level, is tons easier and safer. Time was, you needed to understand jumpers, RAM allocations, manual BIOS flashing, bonus if you could solder. Nothing was shrouded, so you could easily short something or knock off a capacitor. And even still, you'd run into compatibility issues or blowouts. Apples are much better now. It used to be that the standard was a mealy red delicious, but there are new breeds like Fuji, Gala, Honeycrisp, etc. that are sweeter, tartar, and have a better texture, crisp, firm. This change occurred in the last few decades. Flashlights, mag lights were 27 lumens. Now, an everyday carry flashlight might have 4,500 lumens of light. Join us at r/flashlight. Frozen pizza. 20 years ago, they were awful. Now they can actually be pretty good. GPS and maps in general. Old paper maps gave me a rough idea of where my house might be in a town. Now I can read the street signs in a city on the other side of the planet. Practically every consumer electronics product. High school me in 1993 would not have been able to imagine the sorts of technology that we take completely for granted these days. Giant 4K televisions, the ability to stream practically any song or movie you want, powerful pocket computers with access to the world's information, the ability to talk for free to anyone, anywhere in the world, voice assistants that can control your entire home, the ability to take as many photos and videos as you want, and no waiting for film developing, and so on and so forth. The comments are varied and cover a wide range of products and experiences, making the topic interesting and thought-provoking. It's amazing to see how things have changed and improved over time, from something as simple as shoelaces to life-saving cancer research. I never really thought about how much better shoelaces have become over the years. It's true that they used to break easily, and now they seem much sturdier and durable. I'm 35, and I don't even remember the last time my shoelaces broke. It's fascinating to think about the little everyday items that have improved without us really noticing. But then there's also the incredible progress in cancer research. The story about overcoming stage 4 colon cancer through a clinical trial with immunotherapy is truly inspiring. It's incredible to see how innovation and progress have made such a positive impact on our lives. What are some other everyday items or products that have significantly improved over the years that you've noticed and appreciated? Or do you have a personal story about a product that has gotten better that you'd like to share? Let me know in the comments down below, and let's move right into our next Reddit post. People that don't drink water. How's that work? I used to work with a guy that didn't drink water ever, and he said, "I don't drink water because fish swim in it. I'm not a fucking fish." He would only drink coffee and soda. Dude was in his mid-40s and looked like he was in his 70s. Not sure if he's still alive. This is exactly what triggered this post. I was grabbing some Sunday groceries, and one of my favorite cashiers gloated to me that she doesn't drink water. She and I are the same age, 40. She looks about 55, maybe more. Skin is shot. Arms and face are chapped, red in color, blotchy and cracked. In the nearly 20 years I've known my foster father, I've only ever seen him drink Pepsi, Coke, black coffee, once a Gatorade, and at my sister's wedding, 2 beers. I remember meeting someone who told me not to drink the water, something about it being tampered with to make you forget. I don't know what happened to him, though. Last time I saw him was in City 17 back in 2004. All kidding aside, in Marine Corps boot camp, over 13 weeks, not a single one of us ever got an erection. For 3+ months. We jokingly swore it was in the water. I only drink Brondo. If it's good enough for plants, it's good enough for me. Back when I was fat, I was pretty addicted to sugar. So much so that anything that didn't taste sweet didn't taste right. That included water. It also meant any meats or vegetables had to be drowned in some sort of sugary sauce, like barbecue sauce. Back then, I basically never drank water. Always sweet iced tea or soda. When I cut all that out, I was miserable for about 2 weeks, but then it all kind of reset. I stopped craving the sugar and started tasting things, including water. I like water now. I still drink a lot of iced tea, unsweetened now, and black coffee in the morning. But it's funny, now sugary drinks gross me out. So TLDR, it works by drinking sugary stuff instead of water when you're thirsty, and just always having cases and pitchers full of it to drink out of. I dilute whatever juice is around until it's basically water. I call it wet juice. The wetter, the better. Whiskey is 60% water. I'm just here to read the responses. I had no idea this was a thing. Humans, bruh, sim. This is definitely interesting and a bit concerning. I can't imagine not drinking water at all. It's such a crucial part of staying healthy and hydrated. The stories of people who only drink coffee, soda, or other sugary drinks are pretty wild. It's crazy to think about the impact that can have on their bodies over time. I mean, the guy who looked like he was in his 70s at only 40 because he didn't drink water, that's pretty alarming. And then there's the Marine Corps boot camp story about not getting erections for over 13 weeks and jokingly blaming it on the water. It's all pretty mind-boggling. How do these people function without drinking water? How does their body not just shut down on them? And what about the person who diluted juice until it was basically water and called it wet juice? I've never heard of anything like that before. It's like a whole other world of hydration habits. How do you feel about people who choose not to drink water at all and only rely on other beverages for hydration? Can you imagine going without water for such a long period of time? Let me know in the comments down below, and let's move right into our next Reddit post. What are some cheap products that you can use to do the same thing as an expensive product, but aren't specifically designed/intended to do so? I have a medical baseball. If the name isn't obvious, it's just a baseball, but I use it for medical reasons, specifically to wedge between my chair and my lower back when I get a sciatica flare-up or numerous other back or leg issues. Works 1,000x better for me than any general back pain or sciatica-specific products like a roller, stretcher, patch, or anything else. Pellet horse bedding instead of cat litter is 40 pounds for around $7, breaks up into sawdust and absorbs smells super well, especially with a little sprinkle of baking soda. No nasty litter box smell here, even with 2 cats. Learned this trick years ago from a rescue shelter. Instead of buying expensive makeup sponge brush cleaners in liquid or solid, I just bought a bar of unscented Dr. Bronner soap for like $5, and it's worked and lasted a lot longer than the others I've tried. Stop paying $16 for a tiny hockey puck bar of blender cleanser. When you're washing anything down-filled, such as a comforter or bed pillows, adding a few new clean tennis balls to the dryer will help fluff them up. If you've ever pulled a freshly washed pillow out of the dryer to find it's become lumpy and misshapen, the tennis ball trick can prevent that. If you hate ironing, here's some good news. Adding tennis balls to the dryer will keep sheets, jeans, and t-shirts circulating, so there's never a chance for wrinkles to set in. Just be sure to remove the linens and clothing as soon as the cycle is done, since wrinkles will develop as the fabric cools down. Bonus: the tennis balls will also reduce static in the dryer, so your newly cleaned shirt won't be so clingy, and it speeds up drying time. Hemorrhoid cream is fantastic to heal wounds on your hands. During the pandemic, we washed our hands 10,000 times a day. They were cracked and sore. Voila! Hemorrhoid cream reduces swelling, heals wounds, and is moisturizing. Also worked behind the ear when the masks rubbed against the ear. My house is about to be full of random stuff for 100 completely different purposes. Oven cleaner is just as good, if not better, than many of the more specific automotive parts cleaners, and a lot cheaper. Use baby shampoo to clean your paintbrushes. Magic eraser is just melamine foam. Amazon sells 6 magic erasers for $8. They also sell ones that are not from Mr. Clean for $16 per 50 or $30 per 100. As a warning, this is essentially a superfine sandpaper. It works by sanding off the surface. Be cautious about what you use it on, and do not use it on any shiny, polished surfaces. This is so interesting. I love finding out about unconventional uses for everyday products. It's amazing how something as simple as a baseball can provide relief for sciatica flare-ups and back pain. And using pellet horse bedding instead of cat litter for odor control is a genius idea. It's so cool that these cheap and easily accessible products can be just as effective, if not more so, than expensive specialized products. Have you ever discovered a cheap alternative to a pricey product that completely exceeded your expectations? What other interesting and unconventional product uses have you come across? Well, that's another episode of Ask Reddit in the books. I really appreciate all of you who made it this far into the video. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, it would really help the channel out a lot if you gave the video a thumbs up, subscribe, or leave a comment down below. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.